Twitter. Is Twitter a publisher or is he a platform? If he's platform, he doesn't have right to censor. The question I want to ask is, why is Donald Trump out of Twitter? Who is Jack Dorsey to ban the ex-president of the United States of America who was elected by? At the same time, we have angels like Bilal Erdogan, we have Erdogan, we have Niazi, we have Bajwa, and we have ISIS recruited from them all. We have Zakir Naik on Twitter. Their content is not harming the world. But at the same time, President Donald Trump is a big, big threat to the world because these platforms are never behaving like intermediaries. They are completely publishing houses. They want all the authority and they want no responsibility. Now, who is responsible for a fake news? There were a lot of, fake news photos which are approved recently during the pandemic when millions of people are suffering in pandemic. They are at homes. They are trying to recover. At the same point of time, you put the fake news where a lot of people's medical conditions can deteriorate. Because in a COVID situation, if the paranoia hits you, anxiety hits you, your heartbeat goes up, your blood pressure, blood sugar goes up, and your need for oxygen goes up. So the person who can recover at home has to be possibly treated to a hospital. Now, Uday, tell me, you are running NewsX, you have been on NewsX for years. Aren't you responsible for everything you say? Aren't I responsible for everything I say? Aren't you governed by the set of rules? Now imagine, can you go to a United States of America or England and start peddling fake news and be responsible for nothing? Make all the money, get all the valuation, get all the honey out of it, and then say, look, I'm an intermediary. When Uday Pratap Singh is responsible for each and every word he says, when NewsX is responsible for each and every word says, when all the publications are responsible for each and every word they say, how come these people have no leverage? They have nothing. And now this facade of being a platform does not exist. They are no longer intermediaries. Why is the President of United States of America out of your platform? Who gave the authority? Who gave you the right to do that? And every day we get on WhatsApp, okay, your data will be linked to Facebook. Does what is his name? Zuckerberg own my data? Does he own my existence? So these kind of things should have to be stopped. How come who is able to comply? Well, Indian company go and cause ruckus in US, spread fake news there and say, look, I'm an intermediary, I'm an Indian company, mere pe koi law nahi lagta bhaiya, that is how I am. This doesn't work. It has the authority and responsibility matrix has to go hand in hand, and what government is saying then, be responsible, have Indian compliance officer, and if something is not legitimate, just remove that. That's very simple and plain.
Yeah, Khushbu, come in here. What is the legality of it all? What is your take on these new regulations? And if
point number 2, Uday, what is this freedom of expression all about? Sir, we are talking right now on national TV. You have got 4 panelists. It is live. Crores of people are watching you. We do it on prime time, right? Crores of people. Are you censoring it? It is going live as I talk. Every word of mine is live. So where on earth is freedom of expression being hampered in India? We get Uday on your show, we get Pakistani journalists, we get people from USA, UK, and give them a prime time slots and they talk on a live TV. We don't censor anything. The fundamental problem is these platforms are not platforms. They have become publications. They censor by choice, by will, and by discretion. And what I like, what Madam made a very important point is, how can Twitter's, this so-called company policy be bigger than the constitution of the biggest democracy of the world, living with 1.35 million? Your 60% of the customer base comes from your valuation, comes from your investors make money from you, and you're paying us $20,000 in tax. What Mr. Jan told us, I mean, it is atrocious. What we are telling you is to only comply to the rule of the land. Uday, you have a website, you have articles on that, you have news briefs on that. Tell me, isn't the whole ITV network that runs around 20 channels across India in all languages, aren't you complying? You're complying to every rule of law. Why? What makes Twitter or a Facebook so special? Then I want to make one more point. There was a time when Mr. Mark Zuckerberg was here and he went to IIT, and thank God, even forget the media, they wanted even to control the internet. What makes them above the law and constitution of a country of 1.3 billion people? Whoever you are, I don't care who you are you above the constitution of India? No. If you don't like us, you hate us, you don't like us, you don't want to comply to my basic laws, find a different market. Dunia bahut badi hai bhai, 200 country hai. Why don't you go and find a different market? Why don't you send an application to Xi Jinping? Maybe he opens all the laws for you. Maybe he opens full China market for you, but he knows that is not going to happen. And I want to reiterate on one point, Honorable Ravi Shankar Prasad ji, sir, without PE, without permanent establishment, nobody should be allowed to do a business here. That is how they evade the law. That is how they only pay $20,000 in tax. And that's how they think 1.3 billion Indians can be fooled. Sorry, Mr. Jack, whatever your name is, Dorsey and Mr. Zuckerberg, Indians cannot be fooled. India cannot be fooled. Comply, walk our way or highway. Take a call.
Jitin.
I think what's